And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to Gym in the Crypto, episode 1071. Oh, 1072. Excuse me. Today is Wednesday, February 22nd, 2023, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community, Monday through Friday at 10ish.
At 10ish in today's top stories, BIS hit, claims Fiat won battle with crypto. Bitcoin community disagrees. Solana spaces will close New York and Miami stores 7 months after opening. MasterCard to allow crypto payments in Web3 via USDC settlements, and 11 tech jobs that do not require coding skills. But first and foremost, what's going on with those prices?
Oh, yeah. So taking a look at our prices for today, a couple big drops in the market, also a couple pumps. But as far as Bitcoin right now, sitting at $23,981, down 2.8% today. Ethereum at $1,631, down 2.7%. Binance Coin at $306, down 2.2%. XRP at 39 cents, down 0.26% today. Cardano sitting at 38 cents, is down 2.6% right now. Polygon sitting at 136 is down 2.7%. And rounding out the top 10 is Dogecoin at 8 cents, down 1.4%. And some of the trending coins include Steppen, Blur, and Casper. Some interesting names there. And some of the recently added coins for all my DGens out there. My MetaTrader, Kiwi, and Shib Falcon. Man, it doesn't look like Shib or Shiba is going anywhere anytime soon. So those are the coins if you want to dumpster dive, you jabronis.
All right, quick shout outs. What's going on? JB, Crypto City, No Cap, Euro Auto Enthusiast, Lord, what's up? What's up? Just inform you, Nerd, Wisdom Bars, Wendy Nichols, Kadeem K. Good morning, everybody that's coming in. We haven't discussed it, nor do we have it on the slate too, only because it's kind of, when we discuss layoffs, we talk about it was a dead news day, but that's not like our primary thing. But I guess someone said, do we discuss the Polygon layoff? I haven't seen much info in regards, so I'm looking it up now. But do you have any words on that Polygon layoffs?
Not really. A lot of layoffs. Coinbase had layoffs. Binance had. Everybody had layoffs in the last like year or so. And then I think Lord said it best right there. They spent too much money. Just like most projects, when the bull market's going, everybody is getting hired. Everybody's getting foundation grants, everything. And when it is a bear market, everybody gets laid off. These are the ebb and flow of the market. So 20% gone. And I'm guarantee you, most of those jobs were not very important jobs, so to say. So look at the positions that got laid off if you're looking to get hired at one of these companies, and just be ready for the storm if you don't get hired in a bull market.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one as well, Lord. I mean, if you all remember when Polygon launched this update, they had like a $40 million bonus, which is why a lot of people went over there to that platform. I'm with Zay. Usually when the layoffs happen, you've already spent too much money, but also not a big deal. Like I said, like literally every company in this space has laid off people this last year or so with all the market doing what it does. And again, that's why it's kind of crazy that the prices are pumping right now, because big companies are still laying people off and people are still feeling the effects of FTX. So it's like, was the WEF that powerful enough to pump the price like this? Will it stay? Will it remain? We'll find out on the next time of the Gym in the Crypto. But today,
hold on, Justin for you, he took the words out of my mouth. DEI people and people that do all the community management people, those are the people getting laid off
community
right now.
Community management goes very quickly. Yeah, diversity and inclusion managers, all that good stuff. Yep, for sure. All right, top story of the day. Let's see, BIS. We hear about him all the time. BIS head claims Fiat won battle with crypto. Bitcoin community disagrees, of course. First and foremost, the funny thing about this story is that, again, when Bitcoin was made, as we've been using it, this is just modernizing technology. We're just trying to move into the future with our economy and payments option. It was the people who are literally trying to protect the old guard, trying to protect arithmetic, trying to protect cash and no audits and never knowing where your money goes. Those are the people that essentially we didn't even know declared war on Bitcoin. I mean, we always say there was a war behind the scenes and everything, but it never was like just spoken out. I mean, we didn't know it was a battle to begin with or a war to begin with. But if that's the case, I will actually agree with them. Fiat, by and large, for its use case of just being a way to purchase things or transfer value, whatever, it is better than crypto. As a whole, it's not better than Bitcoin. Two different things we're talking about. So, yeah, is it better than Dogecoin and Shiba Inu? Maybe. Possibly. But is it better than Bitcoin? No. So again, this is BIS. General Manager Augustin Carstens reckons the war between fiat and crypto has been won by fiat. The community disagrees. And again, I mean, I don't know. I want to get into any personal attacks, but this is a person who I just don't take what they say at face value. Okay? It's just what I'll say there. It looks like, again, Augustins, who made the claim, highlighted that technology doesn't make for trusted money, among further criticism of crypto in an interview with Bloomberg. What say you, Bitcoin Zay?
Oh yeah. Well, unlike King, I will get into personal attacks, and Jigglypuff need to shut his fat ass up. You have no clue what is going on in the real world, and of course they throw everything in the crypto bucket, so that they think that they have won. Which actually, according to the art of war, this is actually good for us because if the enemy actually believes that they have an advantage, that's actually good for you because if they think they already won, this is hilarious. But we've been talking about Jigglypuff for a while. He has to go out and say this. I don't know who his bosses are, but I am not listening to this. This is what Fiat gets you, people. This gets you this this angry looking face, this Jigglypuff figure, this scowl, and you get people like him coming out trying to say that they won the battle against against crypto, something technology that's not even hit puberty yet. It's 14 years old for Bitcoin. The rest of crypto is less than 10 years old for the most part. And the fact that you've been around hundreds of years, or over 100 years, and you're claiming we won the battle is hilarious. And they don't talk to kids very often, which is the main driver of innovation. That's one thing adults don't realize. You're not talking to college students. You're not dealing with high school students. You don't deal with them like like people like myself with summer camps and things of that nature. You're not hearing kids say, we don't want to use fiat currency. Digital currency is so much better. Whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's something else, they're going towards that, and we're not going backwards. And one thing I do want to say, this quote, you brought it up perfect. For fiat, it is a nefarious elite oligarchs creating a rigged game system to enrich themselves while making everyone else poor. Bitcoin is a technology designed with incentives and sound economic principles that enriches anyone who brings value to the world. Exactly. Two totally different things. And with fiat, if you need any more proof that you shouldn't use it, fiat versus Bitcoin. Bitcoin is built on Austrian economics, which regards free market capitalism, where you get what you have put into it, which is lock and step with nature. Whereas you have fiat currency, which is based off Keynesian economics created by John Maynard Keynes, who was a known pedophile. So do you want to use good money or do you want to use pedophile money? The choice is yours.
Well, and again, going along with this, couple of more metaphors, analogies to make this make sense. Was analogies like and something, and the metaphor is what? Like an ass or something? I forgot the wording. But anyway, a couple of them things that make things sound alike. George Bush quote. No, kind of like what you said. First and foremost, it would be like saying, "Hey, I'm faster than your daughter in a race." It's like, bro, you're supposed to be. You're an adult male. This is a baby female, a child, adolescent, like female. You should be faster. So again, kind of what you said for them to say, yeah, Cash won the crypto war. Is like Bitcoin's only 14 years old. Let's be clear now. Not the rest of the crypto. Majority of cryptos right now, 6 years less, 4 years less, 3 years less. So you are literally saying my 60-year-old, 70-year-old system is beating your 3-year-old system. I understand why you're undisciplined in your regular normal life, Jigglypuff. Like those statements show me why you're undisciplined in normal life. Like that is an undisciplined statement. Oralists again keep piling on to this, which again doesn't make any sense. Our oligarch system, our system we've been using, this and the other, is way better than yours, but we haven't been able to enrich other people on this planet. That's something I want to kind of point out this quote here. If the fiat system was that good, people, why wouldn't there be more people doing good in this system? There are more poor people on this planet than ever before. China is banking. I mean, they've been saying this now since, was it Mao Zedong, whoever wrote that book? I can't even think of the book name on top of my head, The Principles or whatever. But ever since he wrote his book about, 100 years ago now, 70, 80 years ago, he essentially, quotations from Mao Zedong or something, I can't remember. He essentially said that he can't wait for the next world war because he was like, World War III will displace more people than ever and will make more humans turn to communism than ever before. And once that happens, communists will be able to retake power of the world. They're planning this type of shit.
Yeah.
So when I'm looking at that, when they're like, yeah, we can't wait for more people to be displaced. We can't wait for more people to be poor. We can't wait for more people to need a government and need help. This is feeding into that. Don't believe me? Let's look at a couple of simple numbers here. Approximately 5.9 million households are being reported as being unbanked at the very minimum here. This is according to Forbes. That's in the United States. So tell me, as a U.S. citizen, a business owner, someone who does anything in any market, you wouldn't want 6 million more customers? Like literally, that's the difference of everyone's business, everyone's money. Those people will enrich themselves by becoming a part of the market. You will enrich yourselves by them becoming a part of the market. And the only thing we need these people to do to become a part of a market is to literally download a wallet. They don't need to go into any bank or anything and fill out paper. They just need to download something and automatically they're a part of our monetary system. That's 6 million people in the US. Let's go globally. We're looking at about 1.4 billion people globally being unbanked. 1.4 billion people are not in the game to play.
Wow.
People, this is like a crazy number. That's a ridiculous, that's a percent of the population. Was it 7.4 billion? And you're telling me, so let's go. It's only 6 billion, 6 billion people they're saying may be banked, but they're saying for sure 1.4 billion are not. What would you do with 1.4 billion customers? 1.4 billion anything. Like these are huge numbers that will like literally change the trajectory of market. So to say that cash is winning this all, and again, you're saying your old system is being a 14-year-old system isn't saying much. It's kind of crazy, but hey, to me, this is like the war call where they're dying. Like they're
Right.
almost dead. They're dying away. They're just trying to get as much support as they can because again, no one even knew we were at war, bro. Like
Yeah, shit is getting blown up every morning. Every morning I wake up, something blown up. Something in Illinois, something in Florida.
right.
We're not at war right now. And you know what, King? Hey, bring this up real quick. Seed. Type in CEDE. Type in CEDE. Wikipedia should come up. CEDE Incorporated or CEDE Company. Because if you don't know, the game is rigged. The game is completely rigged. And with Fiat, all it does is, like you said, it enriches the richer people. People are happy with just enough. All right. Seed and Company. Look at that. All right. So people don't understand. Shorthand for a certificate deposit. All right. It's a specialist, like King likes to say, specialist United States financial institution that processes transfer of stocks and certificates. What people don't understand is that this actual depository trust company, they own 99% of all the stocks on a New York Stock Exchange. Nobody actually owns any of the money that's being passed around in this in this Ponzi scheme. It's literally fake money. And when you find out who owns Seed and Company, jump into the Discord with us in 10-4 Toboggan, and you'll understand what I mean when I say it's all rigged from the very beginning. Money is not real at all. Fiat is a scam. They print it out of thin air. Every single company that goes public or that sells you stock, which upholds most of the economy, which keeps people's the price of their homes, the price of goods going up. All of that is rigged, people. It is a huge, huge scam, the biggest scam ever perpetuated on Earth. And we kind of do need to tear it down. The problem is when you tear it down, is it going to go one of two ways? Is it going to CBDCs or is it going to Bitcoin? And trust me when I tell you that number, when they tell you it's $800 trillion floating around the world, that's nothing. The people who own the Seed Company, they're in the quadrillions, people. And it's so, trust me, it's so deep. It's hilarious to me that people still think that fiat currency is the way to go. People still holding up money phones on Instagram. People still arguing with other people about who has more money and who is more rich. It's all a game. They're giving you fun coupons, and basically they've rigged it so much that they've convinced people like Jigglypuff that Fiat won a war. No, you haven't. You haven't done anything. And of course, Bitcoin, once it matures, it'll be at a point where it'll be a no-brainer.
Yeah, that was the last metaphor analogy I was looking for. Essentially, it's just like saying, "Yeah, my girl look better than yours, bro." oh, that was random. Are you okay today? Like, what are you talking about? Like, like what are you, like, yeah, like, could you imagine that if you're just walking up the street, folks, with your husband or wife or spouse, whatever, and somebody's like, "Yeah, my husband, my wife, they look better than yours." Would you not literally just look up like, "Damn, man, mental illness is real in this country"? Like, you really would. You wouldn't even get mad. Like, you wouldn't even. You'd be like, fuck is this person talking about? Like, literally, someone walks up to you. My child look better than your child. My shirt's better than your shirt. I did not know I was supposed to come out today on my best. I did not know we were competing today. That's the way Jigglypuff sounds to me. He literally woke up on a Tuesday. It was a Wednesday morning. He woke up, or I guess Tuesday afternoon, and was like, "Hey, cash beats crypto every time." I thought y'all didn't even deal with crypto, bro. I thought you didn't like it. Like, my new girl looked way better than my ex. What was your new girl say about that? What was your current girlfriend? What happened? My old girl looks better than my new one. Like, come on, this doesn't make sense. He's essentially saying, I don't care about this thing, crypto. I don't care about this. It doesn't work. Cash is beating it, but we're going to keep talking about it. Yeah. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I can just imagine him sitting in the tub, his fat ass, like Reverend Run, trying to tweet Fiat good, crypto bad.
It's just, again, it's always funny to me. It's just always funny to me because, like you said, it's like talking about an ex or something, where it's literally like, you say you have no business with this. It doesn't affect your market. You say you don't like it, blah, blah, blah. And then years later, it's like, oh, yeah, we won the battle against y'all and we care about it. So we can keep why do you keep talking about it? Stop talking about things you don't care. And again, this brings me back to one of my original points that most people in these powerful positions, not only in our country, but abroad, are psychotic. Like, y'all need to understand this. My man doesn't care about his physical health, but he cares about what the rest of the planet is doing with an imaginary digital money and software. That's psychotic, people. I don't care about living and being healthy, but I care about what you do with this code you download. I don't know what's more crazy and psychotic than that. Like, honestly, I don't care about my physical health, but I care about what you download on your cell phone and how you move your capital that you earn. I'll leave it there. Like, this is crazy. All right, on to some more interesting stories. Solana Spaces in the news. This was kind of unfortunate, but again, not surprising. We said it before, people. Whenever you see the hype, the money being spent, the bonuses, hey, it looks like Polygon Matic was no exception. But whenever you see the hype, a lot of money going around, especially the brick and mortar side of the house, no pun intended, this space doesn't need brick and mortar. So when things like Solana Spaces were opening, these were interesting to me because I did kind of want to see from a business point of view, like, does it make sense to have like billboards and physical things, like the brick and mortar stores and all this? Well, it looks like this experiment is coming to an end. Solana Spaces will close New York and Miami stores 7 months after opening. I know you were well versed in some of these stores and things that was going on in Solana. So what's happening with this store here?
Oh yeah, so Solana Spaces I have visited in Miami a couple times, and the first time I went was when they first opened it. I believe it was last Bitcoin conference.
It was cool. I do remember going to. I went at like 3 a.m. I think I went at like 3 a.m.
Exactly. Yeah, it was fun. Everybody had a good time. Everybody's partying. Yeah, Solana. Yeah, we on top of the world. Blah blah blah. And it ended very quickly, simply because, like you said, there is no real use case for brick and mortars for projects like this. If you don't actually have anything to give the people. Why would I ever go to Solana Space more than once? I went there, I saw it, I met the people, they were cool, but that's pretty much it. So I'm not surprised at all. And I think that they tried to use sort of the hype around Solana. Unfortunately, it was tied a lot to FTX. It was tied a lot to SBF. So yeah, it's definitely gone at this point. Much better things to do in Miami than go to a brick and mortar space like Solana, and they had a whole block actually blocked off. But of course, this is pretty much over. Not surprised at all. And if you are looking at a brick and mortar place, you have to give more utility than just one project. Shout out to the Crypto Blockchain Plug with Naja Roberts. She features a bunch of projects. She has a bunch of programs. She has a Bitcoin ATM. She sells books out of there. She has wine women in crypto. She has
they got events all the time.
Yeah, she has office spaces people can work in. You have to have an all-inclusive way for people to get involved. And I just think Solana was too close-minded and too hell-bent on trying to make their stake. I'm gonna look into if they're selling that commercial property though. That's actually a really good spot where it was at in Wynwood.
Yeah. Really quick, thank you for the tip. Thai City Uncut Underground said, I've been trying to get in contact with y'all. Do we have a new email address? Stop ducking the smoke. I'll put the email address in. Pardon us, we are behind on emails. We get a ton of them, and we're behind, but catching up on all emails today. So feel free to email us today. Let us know what it is, or of course, you can call in Friday. I just put the email in the chat. I appreciate that tip. Really quick, back to Solana space. I think I actually do have a video from last year. You all know I have a ton of videos I'm supposed to release to you all, and I have it. Here's one of them. It's very short. Oh, it's not gonna let me update system permissions to allow screen recording for the browser. What are the permissions at? Let me update these permissions. Let's see. I'll see if it lets me. But I had a video of the Solana spaces actually queued up just now that I wanted to bring up for everyone, but it's not letting me, so hopefully I can in a second. I'll try to go back to it and bring it up. But it was just from the video I was actually mentioning when I walked in there about 3 a.m. last year. It was pretty fun. It was a good, fun little experience. But yeah, as far as onboarding people and the cost of operating that, like to me, you would have to have, if you do brick and mortar, you have to be paying next to nothing, like next to nothing. Having other people throw parties there, that way you're really not paying anything, and then take on the volume if you get it from that. But just as it stands, it's still like it's cool, but there's still a lot of questions to be answered. So I don't know about that one. MasterCard is back in the news. If you remember, I think it was Jay Banga or something. I can't remember the guy's name. The old CEO of MasterCard years ago was like, hey, basket to jump. We're not going to use crypto and Bitcoin. Ever since then, he's been full force. But it looks like MasterCard is now allowing crypto payments and Web3 via USDC. The MasterCard immersive partnership uses decentralized protocols to settle real-time cryptocurrency transactions on outlets accepting MasterCard payments online. What is going on with this step MasterCard is making? And is this actually real? Because, right here, it says the MasterCard immersive partnership decentralized protocols to settle real-time cryptocurrency from outlets accepting MasterCard payments online. As soon as I saw that statement, I'm like, just because you use a calculus 2 and it's 4 doesn't mean it's a decentralized protocol. So is this actually a decentralized protocol, or is this another version of CD5 with this partnership with MasterCard? I don't see many MasterCard and Visa partnering on a decentralized end, because how would they get paid? So I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh yeah, it sounds like a lot of gobbledygook in my opinion. A whole lot of word salad, a bunch of word gumbo just thrown together to make it sound like they're doing something important. This is something that has basically this has been implemented by anybody who accepts Bitcoin for payments already. But MasterCard, of course, they're trying to jump into it, and they got to throw in the Web3 payment protocol, immersive and payments giant. I mean, come on, man, like get out of here. And they want crypto payments on digital, physical, and metaverse worlds. And the way that they describe the transaction, once the transaction is successful and the user's in, USD coin, which of course is a US dollar-backed stable coin, will get converted to fiat and be used to settle transactions on MasterCard's network. The one thing they don't discuss is whether or not those fees will still be attached, because MasterCard makes most of their money off of that 3.5% fee. And of course, if you are using their services, they're going to charge that. So this is what's funny. They're implementing themselves as a middleman while calling it decentralized. That is the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. That is like, that is somebody showing up to the party, telling you, yeah, we're gonna have a good party. But I'm gonna make sure that everything runs smooth, and then I'm gonna get paid off of it. But it's you all's party. You all can have it. It's like, what are you talking about? No, now we gotta split it 3 ways. What are you talking about? And that's what MasterCard is essentially doing. Them and Visa are hilarious, trying to butt into how do you have a decentralized protocol with a centralized company? That is a oxymoron if I've ever heard it. But everybody wants to get involved. And USD coin, if you just make payments for something, MasterCard doesn't need to solve it. They don't need to implement it. And we don't even really need credit cards anymore. That's the thing. You can pay with your phone, people. I went like 2 months without a card because all you have to do is Apple Pay or scan it. You can scan Cash Card, Apple Pay, your bank, anything that's connected. So you really don't even need it. It's sort of outdated tech at this point. So I don't know what MasterCard is doing, but it sounds good. Somebody's going to fall for it, and they're giving big money to get involved.
I mean, I can't be mad because, again, like on my end, I even was like, wait, is this real? Like, why? When I saw the decentralized protocols, like if you don't know any better, you will be like, oh, it's just like I had to double read it because I was like, wait, this doesn't make sense though. And it's like, no, you're reading it right. It doesn't make sense. They're lying. It's like
master liars.
Right, but it's like if you don't know any better, it looks like it makes sense, kind of. It's like, I mean, it doesn't make sense, but I guess it makes sense, right? And it's like, no, it does not make sense. So that's kind of, to me, that's kind of interesting. Whereas it's like we're reading it, we know something's wrong with it, but it's like I can see how people will believe this. This is the narrative, and this is what worries me. Like Wait until, all these rules and regulation. You better believe these rules and regulation will not apply to the old guard, to the traditional companies. Is not going to apply. I can't wait. When I watch, it will be market manipulation and everything else. But when the JP Morgan chases get with the Bank of Americas and the MasterCard and Visas, and they all say, we created crypto for you in 2016 for you to have a better future. Or even the more egregious, we created crypto for you in 2008 and 2009 for you all to have a better future to bank yourself. Like they'll do something where they'll make the wording seem like they created this entire market and that their new product is here to save you. When we were looking at the creation of crypto in 2008 and 2009, we knew when we made this Fed coin, it would be something all Americans can use. They never technically said they invented it. They said when we looked at the creation of it, you see what I'm saying? There'll be little words and nuances like that where the narrative would change. If you don't read it carefully, you'll be like, wow, MasterCard's using a DeFi protocol. And it's like, well, the reality is, people, if you're actually using a DeFi protocol, no one is scared to mention which one. Part of using DeFi, part of the ethos of it is the sometimes the open source nature or the transparency nature of it. And both allow others to see what's happening on the market, what's happening in the market. So whenever someone says we're using DeFi, or if they want to use DeFi, a part of using DeFi is the ethos of it to show other people like, hey, we're not hiding nothing. We're using this. It's fair. It's free for everybody type of deals. When they're saying, hey, we're using a DeFi protocol, but they're not telling you which one, that's because they actually don't abide by those ethos, which is okay. But if they don't abide by those ethos, they're more or less likely not using a full suite of DeFi products to run wherever they're trying to run. They're going to CDFi it up because why would you not give the name of the DeFi protocol if this is what you're about? It makes no sense. Yeah. It's like you know what I mean? Just, I don't want to go. You're the metaphor analogy king. I'm not going that direction again. But what I will say, it just doesn't make any sense. You care so much about people using DeFi. You're a proponent of DeFi, but you're not going to tell anyone with DeFi platform you used it. It just everything that it never makes sense in this space. It's hilarious.
Yeah, MasterCard stinks. Ugh, get out of here, man. It stinks.
Well, something wrong with you. Let's see. What else do we have? Jake said, let's see. I can't wait for them to drop some free advertising for Bitcoin. Quicker they cap, faster the adoption. That's true. Lux Classy Lifestyle and Fashion said I have Bit refill cards and cash refill I found online. Yeah, I've heard of Bit refill before.
Bit refill. Yeah, especially if you circular economy wise, you could use Bitcoin to get a bunch of gift cards off of there. It's great to use. You can get Airbnb, plane tickets, eat food, everything. I mean, it's literally you can live your whole life around Bitcoin today, right now, as we speak, with Bit refill. So shout out to them.
Shout out to Bit refill. Let's see. Someone said Visa, Visa, the crypto innovator you can trust. Exactly. Like I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. Those things were obsolete 2 or so years ago. So does this still count as a base hit for mass adoption? Yes, it does.
It's a bunt. Yeah, it's a bunt. You might have to throw out at first.
This is why, and you all know. I mean, we're the worst at this. Like, we will push more people away and talk shit all day, every day. All right, it's funny as hell. We'll out troll the troll. We get it. But a part of this, and as we've grown throughout the years, we realized mass adoption won't be linear. It won't be. Is that the proper term? Linear. It's going to be crazy. It won't just go straight to mass adoption. Everybody believes in Bitcoin. Like, no, it's going to be ugly. There are going to be steps to it. And for me at this point, is anything that gets you closer to digital assets is a step closer to Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin is more of the most truth out of everything, just from a technical perspective. So if you start to get into digital assets, even if it's for the money initially, even if it's for the money, you'll start to look at the strength of the project. You'll eventually have to start looking at the code and everything. Your money, you have enough money in these projects. So I do think it's a base hit, because eventually people will say, all right, well, this project is doing this. Oh, well, wait, they're doing it more securely. I think it will bring people over to Bitcoin, over to other things. So yeah, I will say all these things are still base hits for the most part. All right, really quick, I was going to show this video I uploaded to YouTube already while we were talking today. That'll take me a couple minutes, and then we'll go over this last article quickly. But I believe this was Solana Spaces. What was it? A year or so back ago. Let me see if I can pull this up really quick. Bitcoin's Day.
Oh yeah.
It's a very short video, folks. There we go.
Wow, man, I wish I would have got video at Booby Trap. that morning.
I got video there too. I didn't bring that. It's right next to Solana Space video.
Hey, the conference last year was wild. Oh yeah, it's
Don't
gonna be
you
even crazier
worry.
this year.
It's right next to Solana Space. All right, so can you see this?
Yep.
All right, so look, I put it at the gym and I think that I put it somewhere. Maybe I did put it on Instagram for those who follow our Instagram. Maybe it was last year, I believe so. But I was just taking a picture of some of the NFTs. But again, this is like at 3 a.m. at this spot. Like no bullshit, people. It was like 3:14, 3:10, 3:20 a.m. So that was just some of the artwork. I think I do have another video that shows actually some of the event space. But basically, when I went there, it wasn't really much to look at. There was a few people wandering around. But there was, as you can see, it was like lights everywhere. When you walk through like the doors, they got like little streamers hanging down. There's streamers. It was like all the cool, fun stuff. And throughout the entire thing, every room had those NFT photos right there. So literally, you can go in there. I think it was up to like 4 a.m. or something, whatever, late night. But you can just walk in, drinks, whatever, people smoking outside, literally do whatever you want. It was super relaxed, laid back, great crowd, to be honest, like great crowds. Some people were there for the music and the party. Some people were actually looking at NFT stuff. So it was just a mix of people. It was a lot of fun though. So again, no disrespect to the spaces. I think they were cool. It was just more or less the brick and mortar thing when it was like, it costs money and it doesn't bring in money that much. It's just a cool thing to look at. So shout out to them for what they attempted as well. Anyway, I'm sure someone else will come back with it. I'll see if I have more video. I thought that was the video that actually showed inside more. So I'll see if I have that. Last but not least, you all asked about some different jobs in the crypto space. This isn't specific to that, but these are 11 tech jobs do not require coding skills, which could be transferable over to this space. So without further ado, jump straight into it. Here are some 11 jobs. User experience UX designer is in charge of providing users with an optimal and enjoyable experience when interacting with the product or service. Although I will say somewhat of UX designers, I feel like some of them did need to know some coding or whatever, but I guess they're just saying it on the front end side, whereas it says here, user research, you can actually research what users want, information architecture, putting that information together, creating a prototype. Okay, that makes sense. Visual designs. Okay, so worst case scenario, someone else could code it. You actually design it. So yeah. UX designer is one. Data analyst. This is actually a very popular one that everybody needs. It's just that sometimes everyone can't afford it. But large data sets are gathered, arranged, and analyzed by data analysts to find trends, patterns, and insights that guide corporate decisions. You can pick up, I won't say any, the crypto companies that are still doing very well right now that have spend, literally just figure out some data sets and approach them with it. Come bring an Excel sheet, PDF, everything. Hey, I've already done this research for you. We found this, that, and the other. Come up with the information, numbers, and present it to them. And most of them will hire you if they have the money right now. So data analyst is a good one, very easy to get into in this space. Technical writer, same thing. Technical writer, you're a subject matter expert on a specific niche. So in crypto, it'll be NFTs, maybe it'll be ICOs, regulations, security, cybersecurity, different things. But again, I would even go as far to say you don't even need to be an expert right now on the crypto space to be a technical writer. Be an enthusiast. As long as you're enthused about it and you are at least searching for truth in your writing and searching for facts, I think you'll be fine. And again, this is a one where not as many people are looking for down market because this is more of an added bonus. But once the market starts pumping again, and again, you see me go everywhere. If you like writing, this is an easy one. This is an easy one. A good source to get some information with. Call me L. Check out our very own house warrior L. He's been writing for a few different people in this space and doing picking up projects from his writing. So I'll definitely check him out. He knows what's going on. Digital. This is popular in every space. Again, the person who's going to tell the story and sell the story. We probably actually need one eventually, but yeah, storytelling, copywriting, digital marketing. You all see we don't do enough of that. So these positions are important, especially for bigger companies. What else we got, Bitcoin Zay?
Oh yeah. So also we have project managers. PM roles are very important. Project goals, schedules, budgets, milestones, and of course, when you have kind of larger companies, you have to have a project manager to keep everything in line, keep everybody on pace, so you can see what everybody's doing. QA tester. I actually met when I was in college.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I met a guy that was a QA tester He was 22 years old, making $80,000 a year, QA testing. And this is in the Raleigh area, so I will say, he was doing it for Cisco, which is huge in Raleigh area. Yeah, everybody goes to Cisco. So, but QA testers are very good for people who need to find the flaws and problems so they can improve functionality. Technical editor, they are ensuring that technical documents, manuals, reports are accurate, real organized, and easy to understand. There are people who are extremely smart, but their organization and the writing that they write is a little off. So a technical editor can come in, take the information, and make it easy on the eyes, which is always good in this space. Graphic designers. If there's a space that needs as many graphic designers as we can find, it is the Bitcoin and crypto space. There's a lot of smart people with ugly designs, just like we talked about with UX, UI. Graphic designers there are always great. And one of the best ways to do that, come up with a portfolio, show it to some people, and kind of like Antonio, who's a graphic designer, you can work for multiple companies at the same time. I know people that have 2 or 3 different jobs at the same time, just sit there and design all day. Technical support specialist. This is along the lines of customer service.
We need this.
Garbage in this. Oh my goodness, it's garbage in this industry. It's garbage really in a lot of tech industries because people don't actually know the tech or they don't know how to solve the problems. So if you're a good communicator, all you have to do is learn the stuff. Usually it's specific to that company. You don't even have to learn the whole thing. Like if you're doing Coinbase technical support, you really just have to know how to do Coinbase technical support, right? With a minimal amount of knowledge about the whole space. So that's a great job as well. Technical recruiters. This is starting to increase. And here, Paris Athena, I've been following her for a while with Black Tech Pipeline and other tech companies. When you're trying to pull people into the tech world, my brother actually does this now as a technical recruiter, pulling people in to get candidates so they can get hired for the jobs that they qualify for. And honestly, in the tech world, they will work with you. For those of you in the crypto world, especially, it's really just being an enthusiast and reaching out. They will work with you. If you have if you've been watching our show for any amount of time and you've read, an article a week, you're probably ahead of 90% of people. So don't sell yourself short. There's a lot of people who have no clue what's going on in the tech world, and especially in the crypto world. And last but not least,
really?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay, so a couple things I was going to say is about technical recruiter. One thing is some of these jobs pay very well. Think of it this way. If you recruit a cybersecurity specialist or a cybersecurity team to a new company, and let's say that contract is worth, a few $100,000, or maybe even that one cybersecurity specialist is $150K or $180K, whatever, they'll probably give you a 10, 15, 20K bonus for recruiting that person. So technical recruiters, please do not sell you short about the pay. Like, they get paid as much as people who do bug bounties get paid. So depending on how many people you can recruit and depending on what level they are and what companies, that could be an easy 6-figure job if you can do that properly. And then from there, it only gets better. You recruit some good people to good teams. Those same people hit you up years later. Hey, I need another team. You're talking about a gift that keeps on giving. So that's solid. And then there was a second thing I wanted to say about it as well. Let me see if I'm about to forget. I'm scrolling down. It was one. Oh, Zay, I was going to say, your story as far as this show, I think is very important for a lot of people because what you just said is like, hey, you say if you listen to us every day, folks, you're already well ahead of the curve, whether you believe it or not. People, when we got started, one thing slowed it down was Zay. Zay didn't want to start, and I was telling him bro, I'm reading stuff, I'm looking at stuff. You are well versed in this space. We're good to go public. And he was like, nah, I'm not an expert enough to go public. I don't know enough. I'm like, bro, I don't know who else we can even look for to get information from. So I say that to say Zay felt like that initially, and it was like he had a wealth of information in the space. So same thing. If some of you all still on the fence or whatever, but you've been watching this for a year or two, no, you are well above and beyond the average person in this space. And you can definitely get some of these jobs. It's like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
But my fault, I had to throw that in there. All right, last but not least.
That's perfect that you said that because that's why I look at people sideways when they've been in the industry for 3 months and all of a sudden they got classes, they doing coaching, they got a whole YouTube channel, podcast, and all. That's why I look at them sideways. So I'm like, man, it took me 4 years to even think I had the information to speak about it in public. And some people is like, oh yeah, I'm ready to do it right now. I got all the information. I'm just gonna go. So, but that's why
I was on Wall Street. I can do this, bro. Trust me. Let me get this tattoo.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me get this
Like,
tattoo.
no, you can't. Shut up. And trust me, when the right questions start flying through, you start figuring out real quick whether or not you got what it takes. But the last job here is sales engineer. Sales engineer, market and sales sophisticated goods and services by fusing technical expertise with sales prowess. So if you are in sales, which technically, if nobody ever taught you, everything is sales. Even when you go to a job interview, you're selling yourself. Whenever you're trying to convince somebody for investment, you're selling your products, your services. So if you've already been in sales, or if you have some sales skills, something that can be learned fairly quickly, and you do have some technical background, sales engineer might be the job for you. So even with low to no coding, you can do a lot of these jobs. And with the invention of artificial intelligence and chat GPT, I believe you can bullshit your way into about 7 or 8 of these jobs without actually having any skills. You can show up at the interview and say, "I'm really good at using Chat GPT. If I can't find the answer, I can find it really quickly and let them answer it for me."
There it is. Other than that, those are those 11 skills in the show for the day. All right, I only went 11 minutes over the day. We're getting better. We're getting better. Any last minute comments, Bitcoin Zay?
Make sure. Oh, shout out to Jake Fever for the hat, Ben Dope hat. Make sure you jump into the Discord. I saw somebody ask, "How do you get on?" Click that join button at the bottom. Join the Discord. Having some great information in there. A lot of documentaries, videos, things about how the federal system works, how money works, how the world is changing right now, how's incoming famines and all that. With the Tinfoil Toboggan channel is popping off. The Warrior Chat, so much great information. Keep up to date with a lot of things. If you don't have Twitter, if you don't have social media, the Discord is a perfect place to go. So make sure you join that Discord. I'll be jumping in there at 11 o'clock, like every day, to answer questions.
And really quick, let's go ahead and shield some of our own warriors too, our actual in-house warriors. Yes, if you need any designs, hit up Antonio. The one's already in there, always in our chat. I think he's actually one of our longest warriors. Antonio's with us in our I Go Live days. So yeah, Antonio is one of our longest warriors. Any designs, hit him up. You know, I do a ton of like damn near every crypto design, any design you've seen come from us. Thumbnails and everything has come from him. If you need actual some project management, light coding or things done behind the scenes, check out Alec, who's always here as well, one of our in-house warriors and mods as well. And then if you need any writing, check out Just Call Me L, one of our writers here as well. Of course, if you ever checked out our newsletter, he did all those. Those are 3 good sources that we can attest to that will get whatever your business is when you're doing in crypto, they will help you get up and running. So Antonio, Alec, or Just Call Me L, make sure you reach out to those folks. And again, if you know anybody else that's good in the space, let people know in the chat. So again, you know, other people have these resources. Like this is what it looks like when companies want people to actually succeed and protect people. They're not like, I'm gonna protect you, but I'm not gonna tell you these sources. No, they're gonna protect you and be like, hey, if you can give these guys a better deal than we can, do it so they can eat better and then they can learn, develop more, and come back and help even more. Like that's what you're supposed to do. All right. With that being said, folks, smash a like and share. Check out the Discord right after. If you're not in it, you'll we'll send out more emails a day. We've seen some of the emails people said they haven't received them yet, so we'll be doubling back on you all. But make sure you smash that like and share. Check out the Discord. Zay has it lit in there, and we will see you all tomorrow. Cheers.